Paul Slackus, Good News Broadcast. Saundra Pelletier. Hi, Saundra. How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Good. Providing guidance and clarity. Okay, you have a book. Congratulations on your new book.
Thank you very much.
Saddle up your own white horse. Okay. 5 principles every woman needs to know. Okay. Principles about what?
Well, basically, I wrote the book first because we're all raised with the fairy tale idea that we have to wait for our knight in shining armor to ride up on his white horse and make us happy. And I want to put that responsibility back to women and say, create your own happiness. So then if a prince comes up, you can ride beside him, not in front of him, not behind him. And if a prince doesn't come, your life is going to be happy because you created it and made it happy. So that was sort of the premise. And then I created 5 principles that I think cover every aspect of a woman's life, personally, professionally, romantically.
Okay, it sounds good to me. I think it's important, and I think equality is very important. Geez, I'm looking for something just because where is that comment? Oh, maybe I don't have it here. This little book here that has lots of comments. It's about that men and women are attached by their ribs because we were supposed to be together. I can't find that. There's a comment about why women should be by our sides and not by our feet or by our anything.
And I love that.
Here it is. God, here it is. It's from the Talmud. Okay? God, for whatever book it is from, but this is from the Talmud. God did not create woman from man's head, that he should command her, nor from his feet, that she should be his slave, but rather from his side, that she should be near his heart.
Okay. I love that.
So you would ask me out?
I would ask you out, of course. I would ask you out. Well, really, you know what it's about? It's not necessarily about women taking the man's role. It's really about not setting men up to have to create our happiness. So not pretending men are mind readers, not pretending that men, it's your responsibility to do everything. And I think it sets men up for failure when women put an expectation on a man that's unrealistic. And I think women should become the partner that they want. If you want, I think you can have a great career, you can be a good wife, you can be a good mother. Women have great multitasking skills, but instead of having resentment and blaming someone else because we didn't have a career because we stayed at home to be a mother, instead learn how to balance your life, bring in what I call a cavalry, people to help you, maybe a nanny, maybe a personal assistant, so that you can have it all. So your life can be fulfilled, your stamp of authorship is significant, and you're not blaming anybody else for taking anything away from you.
Okay, I think it's all good. And I'm on the same page, because actually I think that it's totally, utterly equal. I mean, don't you think, though, that there are some men and some women, there's some men that are sort of laid back and almost need a woman to kind of be a little bit more assertive, and there's some women that need, to be a little more, a man to be more assertive for them. I think it's a 50-50 principle in my life.
I agree. And you know what? Your point's a good one because it's individual, right? It depends. I say whatever choices you make, if you are more laid back and you're with someone that's a little more strong, then embrace it. Be happy for what it is, but know what it is you're looking for and don't apologize for it. And accept it and know this is my choice and I feel good about it.
Well, one thing that I think would be so helpful for the world to properly put in perspective is that the most difficult job in the world is raising children. The most important job in the world is raising children. There's no CEO in the world that is doing a job more important than raising one child.
Yep.
And that if that mindset occurred, in other words, that the mother, if it is a mother situation and or a father situation, but most of the time it is the mother, was in essence thought of as the CEO of the world, and it was the tables were turned.
Oh my God.
Because that's the reality. I mean, you're really, and my grandsons, if it wasn't for my daughter, my grandson would be, what would he be? He'd be hurting himself probably.
Yeah, and you know what? Honestly, you're right. If we gave it more respect, if if we took it more seriously, like my son is turning 1 year old today, actually, today's his birthday.
Yay!
I know. And it's so, and I just wrote this article called Do Your Eyes Light Up?
Okay.
And what it says is that when you go in a room, when you see someone that you love, your spouse, your child especially, do your eyes light up? And people say, oh, well, my child knows I love them. But do they? We look for that. The biggest human need is the need to feel significant. And, do we make our children feel significant every day? Or are we so caught up in our tasks and all the things that we need to get done that we overlook it because we assume they know? So I think your point's a wonderful one. I agree.
As a leader, as a life coach, which is what your profession is, and you've helped many people. You have a wonderful website also with your name, SaundraPelletier.com, right? And you have some seminar information and coaching and home. And the actual book itself, I like the way it's broken down. 5 principles, once again, every woman needs to know. Principle number 1, okay? What's principle number 1?
Principle number 1 is deliberate creators make their dreams happen. And that's about not being a victim and not being a flatliner, choosing possibility thinking and focusing on what you do want. So instead of what you don't have.
Okay, principle number 2. We're just going to take the shortcut right now.
Okay, sorry. Okay, women possess 2 unique gifts, multitasking and intuition.
Okay, I didn't mean you have to talk fast, but I meant I'm saying that because you got a lot in each one of these chapters to share with people. So I'm just telling the audience we're sort of doing the Monarch Review notes. Principle number 3, women must lead in their relationships with men. But don't you think that isn't it like women should, in essence, almost manage the relationships? I mean, I go to men's group things sometimes, and they say, let the woman manage the relationship.
I believe, honestly, the divorce rate, I'm not kidding you, I think it would more than cut in half if we could embrace that idea. That, I do. I think it would be a wonderful change.
Well, I wasn't personally so good at it, at letting it happen. I've learned more so now. I'm single now, but I've been divorced twice, and I love my wives. I'm wearing my first wife's shirt for my birthday yesterday. And they were great women, but I probably, I involve myself sometimes too many times, too much.
Well, you know what? What matters is that at least you learned that lesson at some point, and see, should you have another wife or whatever partner you have, it will be better.
Okay, all right. It's important to, well, what do you think about learning from your experiences? I mean, we can make some changes in our life, yes or no?
Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes.
Okay, and what's a good way to go about doing that?
I think the very first thing is self-exploration. Like, you have to be conscious. You have to do what I call seek the truth and agree with it. Look at yourself in the mirror, take a hard dose of reality, and be able to say, look, this is what I did wrong. I want to change the way I'm doing things. And you have to say it out loud. You have to say it out loud to people. You can't just know it internally. You have to say it out loud, and you have to write it down, and that's how you start implementing changes, when you admit it, like a confession, to everybody.
Okay. Look at your life as though every opportunity is open to you, as it is for men. Okay? So the world is open to women just like it's open to men.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Amelia Earhart, some of us have great runways already built for us. Interesting. If you have one, take off. But if you don't have one, realize it is your responsibility to grab a shovel and build one for yourself and for those who will follow after you, says a quote in your book on page 113. Okay, great. What's the 4th principle?
4th principle is no woman is an island. Every woman must create her own cavalry. So a support system of emotional supporters, strategic alliances, and taskmasters. So a woman can do more and not have to bear the grudge or the burden all on her own.
Okay, so in other words, they should have a shovel if they need it.
Yes, they should have a shovel, exactly.
Okay. That's good news. I love it. All right. And the 5th principle?
Is women must master the 3 C's, and it's confidence, credit, and comfort with success.
Okay. Confidence, credit. Okay, what does credit mean? What do you mean by credit?
Credit means is that so often women they don't like to take compliments, so they want to give the credit to everyone else. Oh, I barely did anything. And they give the credit to other people on their team, to their coworkers, instead of being able to say thank you and appreciate the recognition that they get for doing a job well done.
How does, in this, I mean, it's changed so much. I'm here in Manhattan, so many women CEOs. I cover so many women management events, Ms. Foundations, Vagina Monologues. We like are the sole media representing those kinds of events, almost in many cases. And because I feel that women have gotten a bad rap. Actually, in fact, we were at 1E Women's News. You should know about them. They should know about you. And Warren Buffett's sister was there, and she has started things for women because women have, taken on, in essence, because I think it's mainly because the respect of women who would run a family isn't respected as much as it should be. I think if the mindset, that's where I really think the root of the real problem is, that the woman who watches the children is the star in humanity.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to steal that from you if that's okay, because I think it's a wonderful way to put it.
It's the bottom line. It's hands down the bottom line. Raising a child is the most important thing a human being could do.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not the stock market. What is this 20 pregnancy tips?
Well, I have to say that there's a million books out there about pregnancy, and every one of them offers a little bit here and there. And I decided what was important is that the things that I found really practical, really practical things, I wanted to throw in the back of the book, because if someone had told me some of these things, it just would have made it easier. And, everybody knows the simple things, but I wanted to kind of do the whole gamut. I really want this book to be a resource guide and have a little bit of everything, so that every different woman, no matter what age, no matter what background, there's something in this book for every woman. So that's why I added that as well.
Okay, I think you've done that. Choose your prenatal vitamins carefully. Find morning sickness by staying hydrated. Pregnancy is no time for new do. Is that hairdo? Okay. All right. Give away your microwave. That's an interesting thought. Why that?
Well, because if you microwave the milk, then it takes out all the nutrients. And so you should never microwave the formula or the baby's milk. And the one thing about the haircut, this is an aside, is that a lot of women feel kind of out of control when they're pregnant. They can't, something else is sort of taking control of their body, even though it's wonderful. And a lot of women try to control what they can, which is they do some dramatic hairdo, and then they're miserable, and they wish they wouldn't. That's all the women I interviewed. Interesting. From CEOs to stay-at-home moms, all said they wish someone would have told them not to change their hair if they were pregnant.
Aha. Well, you have a lot of good things here, and then a bonus tip, and I will agree with this big time, bank the cord blood.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a reality. They're learning more and more about what that stem cells can do for you and help you, and throughout your entire life, not just your little life, but when you get Parkinson's and you get blah, 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 as we get older, is the way the life leads, that might be the thing that'll keep you living another 10, 20, 30 years, right?
Yeah, I agree. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. It's a beautiful book. It is a lot of great things. Great job. Congratulations.
Thank
Saddle
you.
up your own White Horse 5 Principles, but I think there's about 550,000 in this book. 5 principles every woman needs to know. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you very much.
All righty. Bye-bye.